Good evening. Please rise for the national anthem performed by THS Chamber Choir under the direction of Mr. Corey Colburn.
Good evening. My name is Whitney Osro, and I have the privilege of serving as secretary for the class of 2019. On behalf of School Board President, Mrs. Kathy Meyer, District Administrator, Mr. Terry Reynolds, Principal, Mr. Ryan Hughesby, Associate Principal, Ms. Stacy Boulder, the Tomahawk School District staff, and the class of 2019, I would like to thank our families, friends, and closest supporters to this commencement. We greatly appreciate each of you and the role that you have played in our successes. Thank you for celebrating this accomplishment with us this evening. At this time, the senior class would like to acknowledge all the pre-K through grade 12 staff members who had a large impact on our education. When called, we ask that you stand and remain standing. Please don't be shy. Elementary, middle school, and high school teachers. Support staff, secretaries, maintenance, kitchen personnel, paraprofessionals, and custodians. School board members and administration. The class of 2019 would like to show you our appreciation. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce Principal Ryan Hughesby.
Good evening. I would like to take a moment to share about the class of 2019. 6% of the class will attend a two-year school as part of a four-year transfer program. 47% of the class will be attending a four-year school. 29% will be attending a technical college. 14% will directly join the workforce, and 4% will be entering the military. At this time, I would ask members of class 2019 who have chosen to serve in the military to please stand and be recognized. Each member of this class has their own unique education and life experiences that have led them to graduation and the development of a post-high school plan. These plans are built on a foundation of knowledge, skills, and passion. Inevitably, these individuals will be moving in a variety of different directions. However, they will always remain joined as hatchets. This common bond has supported them through this phase of their lives and will continue to exist in the future regardless of how distant their time at THS has become. This class has been observed participating in numerous service learning experiences throughout the course of their high school years. These students put ideas and words into action in a way that strengthens community through building relationships. Anyone observing these events would have witnessed a group functioning at a higher level than just working together. These young adults served together, creating the strongest of bonds. Class of 2019, we encourage you to continue to live with and build upon a servant mindset as you move forward into the future and gain membership with new teams. Team members that serve together empower one another and together can achieve great things. Class of 2019, our best wishes to each of you and congratulations on your accomplishments. At this time, please welcome co-valedictorian Abigail Norman.
Bridges can be a metaphor for many things in life. Connections to others, progress, stability, a way to overcome obstacles, a journey, transitions, especially transitions. Today, our graduation can be viewed as one of those transitions. Bridges are made with intention. They make it possible to go between two places that were previously difficult to access. Gujan Bergman. All the parts that make up a bridge are important. Without the support and foundation in place, a bridge will either collapse, cease to be functional, or be structurally weakened. To build a bridge, you must have a strong foundation. The foundation is the part of the bridge that transfers the weight into the ground. In order to get to this point today, we have had a strong foundation. For most of us, this has probably been our parents. They have carried the weight of raising us, celebrating our successes, and carrying our sorrows. Unfortunately, the foundation often goes unnoticed. Parents, know that without you, we would not be here today. So thank you for being our strong foundation up until now, and most certainly into the future. The next part of the bridge is the support. The support is the structure that props up a bridge, both at the ends and across the span. Along our journey, we've had many people supporting us. The supports have come in the form of teachers, coaches, mentors and advisors, religious leaders, employers, club leaders, teammates, family, and friends. Perhaps they were the ones we saw sitting in the stands watching us do what we love. Maybe they were the ones on the field, court, or stage with us, coaching us to be better than we were yesterday and helping us to realize our true potential, all while creating memories and helping us chase our dreams. Maybe they were the ones who gave us our first jobs and helped us realize our potential. No matter what their role, we appreciate them as well. The final part of the bridge is the span. It is the distance between the supports. Tonight as we graduate, we take our first step across this span. In our transition from childhood to adulthood, living at home to off on our own in this big world. This span is a transition that could not be made without support, a bridge. We have a strong foundation and support systems in place. While the support systems may change a bit while we span the bridge, new mentors, friends, teachers, employers, and coaches will take their place on the other side. But no matter what, our parents, families, and closest friends will always be there along our journey and will still be there when we reach the other side. Michael Josephson says, "Take pride in how far you've come. Have faith in how far you can go. But don't forget to enjoy the journey." Class of 2019, the foundation and all the supports are in place. Your bridge is strong and waiting for you. Don't be afraid to cross it. For C.S. Lewis tells us, there are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. Please welcome co-valedictorian Taylor Schultz.
Congratulations, class of 2019. We spent 13 years of our lives sitting in desks, learning, watching Netflix, or sleeping to get to this point. Some of us did all three. Nevertheless, we're all sitting here ready to flip our tassels. Katie Couric said, "Have the courage to accept that you're not perfect, nothing is, no one is, and that's okay." We as humans oftentimes put ourselves in every situation imaginable and expect perfection. And this expectation of perfection stops us from reaching our full potential. On the path to our full potential, we cannot travel alone, however, so we need a collection of people with different talents and abilities to help guide and mold us into the person we will become. I want to spend my time tonight showing my gratitude to the multitudes of people who have molded me into the person I am. First and foremost, thank you to my parents for whom I owe everything. Thank you for loving me with all of your hearts and for your unending support in everything I have done and will do. I know you weren't really 100% sure what to do when your little girl told you she wanted to be a wrestler instead of a dancer, but your support never wavered. I could thank you for all the superficial things you provided for me, but in all honesty, the greatest things you taught me can't be bought. Knowing that no matter what I do, to have someone there to back me up and be my safety net has been priceless. You truly are the greatest examples of selflessness, and I will never be able to repay you. Thank you to my older brother, Jordan, for being my true best friend in life. I truly do not have enough words to express how grateful I am for you. Thank you for being the best role model I could ask for. You taught me to stand up for myself and fight back. I know you'll always be there to pick me up when I fall, even if you were sometimes the reason I fell in the first place. To all my coaches, thank you, and I'm sorry. You should all be commended for coaching girls. I know we're very difficult to deal with. Thank you to a coach like Larson, whose bark is worse than his bite. We sometimes butted heads, especially when we played Medford, and your fuse was shorter than usual. I know how much you hated losing to Verge. As hard as it may be for some people to believe, for as much as you yell, our laughs outmeasured the yelling by a long shot. Whether it was a bus full of girls singing or the infinite amount of inside jokes we have, you always brought a smile to my face. Thank you to Ron Bowles, Matt Tyler, and Matt Dahlman, who instilled a lifelong dream in a group of 10-year-old girls. Thank you for believing in each and every one of us, even on the days we didn't believe in ourselves. Because of you, that group of 10-year-old girls whom you took in as your own daughters grew up and were able to etch their names into a piece of school history that will forever hang up in those banners under sectional champion and state runner-up. Thank you for more than just a piece of school history, but for the family that we were gifted with for 8 years. The memories are truly unforgettable and unmatchable. Thank you to teachers like Mr. Steffen and Mr. Balke, who teach their students that sometimes there is more to life than a state standard. You both taught me to ask why and look at the bigger picture in life, rather than a letter grade. Thank you to teachers like Mrs. Gadke, who truly have a passion for teaching and helping students. I could always count on you to brighten my day. Thank you to a teacher like G, who was always willing to help no matter how many times I grumbled and complained about AP Calc and the chain rule. G was always there to make me laugh with some of the dumbest dad jokes I've ever heard. Finally, I would like to thank my friends. It's true what they say about high school. You find out who your real friends are and you stick with them. The memories we've made and the laughs we've shared have been some of the best of my life. I couldn't have survived high school without you guys by my side. So as we, the class of 2019, pursue our lives in the years to come, remember that the fear of failure will only hinder the extreme potential each and every one of us has. As imperfect as we are, there will always be someone who has our back, and it's good to lean on them when life gets rough. Go through life giving everything you have, but know at the end of the day that perfection will never appear, and sometimes it's okay to be imperfect. Our imperfections are what will allow us to make our own unique marks on the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor.
Senior choir members, will you join us? as everyone comes to the stage, our 12 seniors helped me pick out all the music that we sung tonight. This piece is no exception. All of these pieces are simply ones that we just really enjoy singing together. This is He Lives in You, and it was in The Lion King 2, and it's also in the live theater version of The Lion King.
Thank you, seniors. At this time, please welcome co-valedictorian Kaylee Svacina.
Good evening, everyone. Now, before I start getting into this speech, I must admit I'm not the most qualified person to be standing up here. Just because I got good grades in high school doesn't make me smart, and I definitely haven't deciphered the meaning of life, and I probably never will, nor have I really come up with any good advice to share. Sorry to disappoint. Perhaps standing up here giving this speech should be easy. Maybe for most it would be, but not for me. I always hated giving presentations, never spoke, and I mean never unless I had to, and this right now is giving me major anxiety. I came into high school as a shy, timid freshman. Now, 4 years later, I'm leaving as a shy, awkward senior. I mean, that's progress if I've ever heard of it. Okay, well, maybe not. But my point is, some things take time. Some things take a little extra work. It's important not to become discouraged, not to lose hope, and to embrace what you are given. I believe everyone has talents. If you think you don't, you're wrong. You do. Take time and try and discover them. Try new things and think about what you're good at. Once you figure it out, do as Miss Balda taught us and use your might for right. Use your power to do something good. You don't have to be a doctor or a surgeon or someone with a big, fancy, important job title to have an impact on someone's life or in the community. Every day, you can choose to have a positive effect, to be there for a friend, to smile at a stranger, to help solve a problem that has been causing someone distress. Moving forward, you're given the choice on how to approach the future. Moving forward, you're given more freedom, and I really hope you consider that with care. Whether you're jumping right in and getting a job, joining the military, or continuing your education, either at a tech school, four-year university, or online, go for it with everything you have. Learn from your experiences. Learn from the people around you. Listen to their stories. Consider their advice. Go out and explore. We are surrounded by books, movies, music, people, and activities. There is plenty to think about and to change your perspective. School isn't the only place to learn. If you hated high school, and I'm sure there are plenty of you sitting out there who did, don't let that impact your view on learning and becoming educated. School isn't the only way. Become engaged in the world around you and walk towards your future with an open mind. There have been so many people in my life who have made a lasting impact. First, I'd like to thank my parents for everything they've done for me. I must acknowledge I would not be standing here today without your support and your help. I don't say it as often as I should, so thank you. Also, thank you to the rest of my family for coming and supporting me here today. Your love means so much to me. Teachers, we have been surrounded by you for years. Thank you to all who have cared, who have inspired, and who have taught us. You helped get us here today. Coaches, especially swim coaches for me, thank you for teaching and guiding me outside the classroom and making a difference in my life. My dear friends, I'm not sure it's possible to survive high school without friends, so thank you to all who have been a friend to me, even for just a moment, but especially to those who have stuck with me for years. I owe you. I think my church and my pastor deserve a thank you as well for always being supportive and there to show us the light of life. And finally, thank you to this community, to this town. It has been a home to me since I was a baby. There is something special, something unique about growing up in a town with fewer than 100 students, most of whom have been going to school together for years. Leaving here, not many people will be able to understand the joy when Dairy Queen, Dog and Suds, and the windmill finally open, or what U.S. history with Mr. Jans was like, let alone be able to comprehend the amount of times that man could say assimilation in one class period. Moving forward, regard your future with bright eyes and excitement, but allow yourself to cherish the moments you created here while attending Tomahawk High School. Remember, this community will always be here to support you, and don't be afraid to return and give back to the people who helped get you here today. And finally, congratulations, class of 2019. We made it. Now that we are parting ways, all I have left to say is good luck, and I wish you the best life possible. Strive for excellence, achieve greatness. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. I would like to invite the senior band members forward to perform Imaginarium.